The Cardinals beat the 49ers yesterday, week 1, 24-20. And so far, my 12-4 prediction for the Arizona Cardinals is going pretty well. It's off to a good start, at least. But winning week 1 made sense to me. I look at what happened where the 49ers were missing 2 of their top receivers. And I got to say this, I think that ultimately next time the 49ers and the Cardinals play, I expect a close game. I think the Cardinals are going to get better as the year goes on. So will the 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo was pretty terrible yesterday. They were missing 2 of their top receivers. I think despite the fact I believe the Cardinals are going to get better as the year goes on, I so believe the 49ers will as well. I think next time they play could be a close game, but I think ultimately the 49ers win the next matchup. But again, part of why I had the Cardinals winning was because the 49ers were missing 2 of their best receivers. Now, the Cardinals' defense was awesome yesterday. Awesome, but imperfect. They did leave some stuff to be desired. They had some mistakes. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the 49ers were 2-11 on third down. That's awful. That's abysmal. They were 0-7 at one point, and it got worse from there. Part of the problem there was Jimmy Garoppolo was simply not very good yesterday. I mean, Kendrick Bourne was open in the end zone at one point, and Jimmy Garoppolo threw him a really bad ball that got knocked away by Patrick Peterson. And I think a lot of that loss was Jimmy Garoppolo not being very good. And we can maybe say it's receivers, maybe this, maybe that, but Jimmy Garoppolo's got to be better moving forward. Now, what I actually found very encouraging for the Cardinals and for my prediction of them going 12-4 is that they won despite the fact that their new linebacker rookie, Isaiah Simmons, was pretty average. He gave up a long touchdown to Raheem Mostert early in the game where he got caught looking in the backfield. Raheem Mostert ran right in front of him. He lost contain. Bam, easy touchdown for the 49ers. And there was another moment where on the goal line, they left a guy wide open in the flat where it was poor communication. They didn't switch very well. The Cardinals defense, despite winning, despite doing fairly well, made a lot of mistakes. Poor communication, poor job switching, just mistakes and missed assignments. I want to see that cleaned up as the year goes on. And a lot of people were surprised when the Cardinals won. I was not. I'm not going to gloat. I was a big believer of Arizona. I have been all offseason. For me, though, I'm not going to gloat because the Cardinals simply won a close game. This could have gone either way. It was a very close, very intense game. I'm not going to go, I told you so, because it's congratulations, Zach. You're the team you predicted to won by 4 points. You got out of there by the skin of your teeth. And there are a lot of games ahead for the Cardinals to really make good on my prediction of them going 12-4. But the reason why I have been all in on the Cardinals this year, there's one reason in particular, and that's actually because of the Ravens quarterback, Lamar Jackson. The Cardinals this year have a very similar vibe to the Ravens last year. And last year, I missed on the Baltimore Ravens. I just was wrong on them. And I do not want to make the same mistake again. And at the end of the day, when I look at the Cardinals, I say, I believe in their quarterback very strongly, and I believe in their head coach. And when you give head coach Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray a ton of good people to work with, I mean, when you give talented people good teammates, I buy into that. I believe in that. I've done a film analysis of Kyler Murray. I've talked about why he's amazing a ton. Go watch my film analysis. It makes sense to me. But I still get comments from people saying that, head coach Cliff Kingsbury is a person we should doubt. And I'm so tired of this one narrative because all those people say that, they say one thing. They say Cliff Kingsbury had a losing record as a college head coach at Texas Tech. And if you had a losing record in college, how could he possibly win in the NFL? And a lot of people use that as a reason why he's not going to make it in the NFL. I get it. I understand. But here's why that's wrong. When he was a head coach at Texas Tech, he kept getting out-recruited by Oklahoma and Texas and everybody else in the Big 12. And recruiting has never been what Cliff Kingsbury is best at. And why would he be? He was at Texas Tech. If Oklahoma came to you or Texas Tech came to you, no offense to Texas Tech, but who's got better facilities? Who's got more money? Who's got better uniforms? Who's got a better everything? And who's got Lincoln Riley? Like, why would you go play for Texas Tech when you can play for Oklahoma? But the good news for Cliff Kingsbury is, guess what? Oh, the NFL isn't about recruiting. It's more of a level playing field. Yeah, you want to sign free agents, yada, yada. But the NFL is a lot more about schematics. And are you a good coach when it comes to play design and building an offense around your players? And Cliff Kingsbury is a great offensive mind, paired up with a superstar quarterback, Kyler Murray. By the way, he recruited Kyler Murray. He could never get Kyler Murray because he was at Texas Tech. Kyler Murray went to Texas A&M and then Oklahoma. Cliff Kingsbury missed out on Kyler Murray because he couldn't recruit him. In the NFL, there's no recruiting. You just drafted him number 1 overall. You got him. You could work with him. It's awesome. And they work really well together. Now, not to mention they've got a good defensive coordinator, Vance Joseph. The stuff going on in Arizona, they're building something. You better believe in them. I'm all in. And that's why. Because of Cliff Kingsbury, I believe in him. He doesn't have to recruit. He's a really good schematic coach who's good at building offenses. And the superstar quarterback, Kyler Murray, that is why I have no problem being all in on the Arizona Cardinals.